Good morning, boys and girls, and it is new pack day today. So if you haven't already picked your pack up from school, it's there ready and waiting for you. So if you get a chance, if someone could pop along to school today, or someday this week at least, to pick up your pack, that would be great. And the sooner the better, because we're starting on the new work right now. So let's have a look. So in your pack you will have week 7 work, and there will be some sounds there for you to cut up, and we'll be using those as we go through the next 2 weeks. We mightn't use them today, but we'll definitely be using them a lot over the coming weeks. Then you have week 8, and the clock face template belongs with week 8, so you won't need that until next week. So this part you can just set aside. And then we have our Grow in Love, so you'll have that photocopied in your pack as well. And it should say week 7 and week 8 at the top of it. Now you'll not need it today, but you will need week 7 later on this week. We've got our world around us as well, and we're continuing to look at protecting our planet, focusing in particular this time on global warming. So keep that handy during the week as well. We will be using that later in the week. And then this one here is purely optional. This is fun activities which you can do or not do. You can share with brothers and sisters if you want to as well. And it's just, there's little colouring in pages, and there's jokes and things like that. Some arts and crafts as well. Now there's one more thing in this fun activities book. But if your mummy is sitting beside you, she has to close her eyes and cover her ears for the next 10 seconds, okay? So if mummy's sitting beside you, tell her to cover her eyes like this and her ears, and she's not allowed to listen for the next 10 seconds, okay? Is she doing it? Good. Now, in the back of your pack, on the last page, there is a Mother's Day card, which you can make for mummy. Now, Mother's Day is on Sunday, the 14th of March, and I'll remind you closer to the time, but on the very back page of your fun activities, you can pull off this little page. I don't think I've stapled yours because I didn't want a hole in it. You can make a Mother's Day card for mummy for Mother's Day, okay? Okay, you can tell mummy to open her eyes again. So as I said, if mummy's there, she can open her eyes again now. Don't worry, mummy, we were just talking about the weather, weren't we? Yeah, we're talking about the weather. Okay, so let's look at our work for this week then, and for today in particular. So, week 7. So, week 7, we have our cover page, our sound cards, which I said you could just cut and keep safe because you will be using them this week. Our spellings, as always. Then you have this CVC booklet, and we're going to do 1 page of that every day. Then we have our general literacy booklet, which we'll also do 1 page of every day. And our MAS booklet, and the same is true for that, 1 page every day. But before all of that fun, let's start by writing our date. And today is Monday, as we know, and it is a brand new month, boys and girls, so we won't have to write February anymore because it is Monday, the 1st of March, 2021. Monday, the 1st of March, 2021. So we're heading into spring, so hopefully we'll see some lovely spring sunshine soon. Moving on to our spellings then, and we are continuing on with our tricky words. Now, boys and girls, this week we are going to try our best to write some sentences independently, or maybe with a little help from home. And these tricky words are the building blocks to help you make a sentence. So all the words that we've been learning over the past few weeks are words that you would use all the time in a sentence. The, and, of, on, at, all of those words are so useful when you're making a sentence. As well as that, you're becoming very good at creating CVC words, those 3-letter words, by sounding them out. So with a mixture of our tricky words and our CVC words, we are going to be brilliant at writing sentences this week. So let's practice these spellings first, and maybe we'll end up including some of these words in our sentences later in the week. So repeat after me. And, said, in, of, it, on, is. We go through them one more time as it's Monday. And, you and me. Said, she said hello. In, my pencil is in my pencil case. Of, one of my friends is tall. It, what is it? On, the pen is on the page. Is, she is my best friend. Moving on then to our CVC booklet, boys and girls, and this is a lovely little booklet because it's got lots of lovely pictures in it. And every day we just have to match the words to the pictures. Now there are 8 words and there are far more pictures than there are words. So not every picture is going to be matched to something. But you just look at your word and you don't ask a grown-up to tell you what it is. You sound it out yourself first, or at least you try to, and then you match it with a line to whatever it is, okay? So we've got j, a, m, w, e, b, z, I, p, b, e, d. Now I'm just flying through these, boys and girls, but you can go over these lots of times. V, e, t, b, o, x, m, a, t, o, n. So keep sounding it out and then try to say it a little bit faster each time. And the faster you get, the more you are blending. You're blending the sounds together to make a word, okay? Now moving on to our other literacy booklet, and we are practicing the alphabet today, okay? And we're looking at the lowercase letters. And in your pack, you should have a copy of the alphabet. Now, if it's stapled in, you can pull it out and you can keep it beside your work to help you. Now, you'll see it has both capital and lowercase letters. The big ones are the capitals and the little ones are the lowercase. Now, next week we will be looking at the capitals, so you'll have to keep that page handy for next week as well. But this week we are looking at lowercase letters. Okay, so you'll see here we have the alphabet, but a lot of the letters are missing. So we've got A, blank, C, blank, blank, F, G, and so on. So you can practice your alphabet in your head and then fill in the blanks. And if you need your alphabet sheet to help you, you can use it. But if you know them already, then you can write them in, okay? And I want you to practice, after you've done this, I want you to practice reciting the alphabet over and over, okay? Because a lot of us think we know the alphabet, and then we get to the letter L, and I hear a lot of children saying, L-M-N-M. Those are not letters. L-M-N-M is not a letter, okay? So sometimes in the middle of the alphabet, we get muddled, okay? So I want you to practice saying the alphabet clearly to someone at home. A, B, C, D, and so on, all right? So just to help you get started, I'm going to go through the whole alphabet now, saying each letter clearly, okay? And then it will be your turn after, when you've finished your work, to practice saying your alphabet. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Now, this is where we get stuck. L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Okay. Now, I think it's partly the fault of that alphabet song that we often learn, because LMNOP is very close together in that song, isn't it? And you can't quite hear each letter. But practice your alphabet slowly and clearly as best as you can, okay? So that we're saying each letter and remembering to include each letter in the alphabet. Today, boys and girls, for our Ma's, we're doing a little bit of revision in counting back in ones. Okay, so for today and tomorrow, we'll be counting back in ones. But as we move through the week, it's going to get a lot more difficult. We're going to be taking away 6, taking away 11, and so on. We're going to be counting back using a number line. But for today, just to get us started, we're just counting back in ones. So you'll see you have a number line here to help you, starting at 20 and counting back to 0. So if you need that number line to help you, you can. And then you have to fill in the missing numbers in these number lines. 16, 15, 14, and then you put in what is missing each time on each new number line. Now in your pack, I've also sent you home a new number line. Now it was a bit bent in half to fit into your pack, so you might have to flatten it down a bit in the middle. But I just sent you out this new number line because you will need it later in the week when we're taking away more than one. All right, so it's there to help you. I did send you one home before, but I've just sent you a bigger one home and this one home just in case you've mislaid the one that you had. All right. So boys and girls, that's our written work for today. That's our Ma's and our literacy. Also carry on with your reading. You should have received some new book titles today as well. So you can carry on reading and taking quizzes as well, which you're getting really, really good at. And of course, pop on to Sumdog as well. All right. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.